We've got introduction, a little bit about TechMan, a little bit about delivered, key features and extra packs, the implementation process, a full demo, a Business Central demo, pricing and licensing, support, go live and beyond, delivered financials, which is the financials template, delivered to just the start, and then, as mentioned, the Q&A. So a little bit about us, technology management, known colloquially as TechMan. We've been trading for, I think, 30 years plus now, over 150 employees, specialising very much in the distribution and production sectors. Been involved with Navision, which was the old name for Business Central, BC, since in fact the 90s, which actually predates Microsoft's ownership of the product. So a really big tradition in that with Navision and Business Central. Clever Dynamics is basically, we have a software division, Clever Dynamics. It authors Microsoft approved apps to, I suppose, ameliorate the native functionality of Business Central. And apps range from Clever Management extension to full WMS. The apps are sold directly. So a little bit about us, technology management, known colloquially as TechMan. We've been trading for, I think, 30 years plus now, over 150 employees, specialising very much in the distribution and production sectors. Been involved with Navision, which was the old name for Business Central, BC, since in fact the 90s, which actually predates Microsoft's ownership of the product. So a really big tradition in that with Navision and Business Central. Clever Dynamics is basically, we have a software division, Clever Dynamics. It authors Microsoft approved apps to, I suppose, ameliorate the native functionality of Business Central. And apps range from Clever Management extension to full WMS. The apps are sold directly, but we also have formal sort of partner communities domestically and internationally who transact licenses with their own Business Central users. And you'll see shortly in the demo how these apps are utilised. Introduction, presenters. So myself, I'm one of the commercial leads for Delivered. Veronica is a vastly experienced Business Central consultant, and she's the lead consultant for the Delivered division. She'll be taking you through the demo shortly. Introduction to Delivered. So, as we're all aware, ERP rollouts are traditionally, it can be expensive. And as I made allusion to earlier, we specialise in the distribution space. And I suppose from this tradition and experience, we've identified the need for, I suppose, a fixed price templated Business Central to mitigate consultancy costs and make Business Central accessible to a much, I suppose, a smaller growing organisation, or those also looking at perhaps a first phase implementation and maybe exploiting further functionality at a later date. So Delivered includes established, consistent functionality that, from our experience, distributors will want, and it will get you up and running with a fixed outcome. So why Delivered? Fixed time, 4 months implementation, fixed price, 40k for the implementation. Fixed outcome, it's a repeatable template, and fine-tuned for your industry. As we say, our tradition is in distribution, so we're very experienced, understand the market. So why delivered? Fixed scope, we implement only selected capabilities Business Central. This means you can go live fast. You can add new capabilities after initial period once your new solution is live. A fixed time, we aim to deliver, as said before, in 4 months. It requires a fixed schedule and full dedication of our team and yours. Transparency, and again experience, as suggested. We have over 30 years of experience implementing Business Central for the distributors. And a world-beating solution. It's Business Central. It is the Business Central package, although we brand it delivered. So you get a solution that's continually developed and updated by Microsoft with the latest features and functionality. What is included? So as the sort of standard components of any ERP, you have finance, sales order processing, purchase order processing, stock control, warehouse management. And additionally, you have our, as mentioned earlier, some of the Clever Dynamics apps. So a Clever credit control extension to BC, so you can put sales orders on hold if a customer has an overdue balance. Document delivery, so attach invoices to statements. Document links, so you can drag and drop attached docs anywhere in the system. BACS, bank account integration. Commercial invoices, you're exporting goods received invoice. So that our apps there are available and free for the first, and included for the first 12 months of your delivered implementation. What is included? Own chart of accounts. No, sorry. What is included? Optional extras include the your own extra cost would be your own chart of accounts, advanced finance, fixed assets, Shopify integration, and also a few more of our Clever apps, including integrated EDI, so you can facilitate transactions such as exchange of purchase orders, invoices, shipping, etc. Integrated warehouse scanning, handheld devices, landed costs, so you can preordain, aggregate the sale cost of a product, shipment, insurance, customs, etc. Extended reporting, expense management, and also cloud monitoring, which is very useful. On the SaaS platforms, updates are automatic. With cloud monitoring, we can schedule the upgrades in appropriate time for you, but also manage the automated testing, amending, and installation of them. So before installation, we test the new updates in the test environment, run the update, fix errors if the update fails, and retest before installing on your live system. And all this is guaranteed within the 6-week update window.
Okay, thank you, Brian. If that's okay, I'll take control
and just walk
through the details. Okay. So this is the list of the optional extras you can select, and I'll go through them in more detail so you can see the value of them and maybe why to opt for them. So to start, we have our finance specs. We have developed a predefined chart of accounts with our certified finance professionals. And we have also made it easy to move from, if your business already uses Sage 500 or Xero or QuickBooks, but if you prefer, you can bring in your own chart of accounts. With that though, there is extra setup and testing required, so your own chart of accounts can be purchased as an extra pack. We have some other finance features, such as fixed assets, register or managing GL budgets and cash flow, which comes under the advanced finance. Next, Brian mentioned Shopify Connector. Business Central includes an out-of-the-box Shopify connection. So if you already use or intend to use it, you can connect your Shopify e-commerce website to Business Central, where you can manage and view insights for your business. You can accept sales orders through there, add new products with description and images. So this package includes a setup and extra consultancy to get you started. Next is integrated EDI. Our EDI solution receives your EDI messages from each trading partner and automatically creates sales orders in Business Central or sends out an sales invoice. We have a number of existing EDI partners, a lot of names you probably work with now, such as Amazon, Costco, or Tesco. Next pack is integrated warehouse scanning, which is, again, our clever app. It makes the warehousing process much more streamlined and easier. It seamlessly integrates with Business Central, so you have data in real time, you know exactly where the stock is, how much inventory you have on hand. Next is landed costs, which is designed to find the true cost of a product that you can reflect in your cash flow projections. It's done by creating financial accruals to keep track of all transport costs, duties, customs, and then it allows you to accurately reflect these in your accounts. Next is extended reporting in the form of chat reports. Business Central offers a suite of inbuilt reports, and you can also make use of its integration with Excel, but it may not be exactly what you need in terms of reporting. So you can use chat reporting tool, which is really powerful and connects to your Business Central data directly from Excel. We will train you on how to build your own reports. You can then use the Excel visuals to build dashboards and share the reports with other users. Next, we have Continia Expense Management, which will allow you to manage business expensing in Business Central. All you have to do is download the Continia app on your phone, fill out the form, take a picture of your expense receipt, and the information will be sent to your approver within the business. And finally, cloud monitoring, which we recommend with every implementation. As Brian mentioned, we do monitor the upcoming changes. Microsoft continuously develops Business Central. They invest a lot of money in the product. And there are 2 major releases every year, typically one in April and the other in October, as well as some small updates in between. And our cloud control team is dedicates their time to monitor your system. They also communicate the upcoming changes so you can make the most of the new features. Also, if you eventually have any bespoke work, any apps or extensions, our team will make sure that these aren't affected by the updates. So this is the extra functionality you can purchase with your delivered solution. And next, I will touch on what's out of delivered. As mentioned, delivered is fixed scope solution, so it's important to also understand what is not included, so you can decide whether it is the right fit for your business. Please bear in mind that you're getting the full Business Central. So even if some functionality is excluded from the fast implementation, it is still there, and it can be added as, for example, phase 2 once your system is live. So delivered scope is not going to limit you in the future. We are just basically focusing on basics to get you live fast and at very competitive price. From the finance module, we have excluded intercompany and consolidation, as most of the UK-based distribution companies have only one trading company. In sales and purchase order processing module, we did not include Business Central CRM and special orders which link sales and purchase orders and which are aimed at specific products for specific customers. And from inventory and warehouse management, we do not support multiple stock keeping units and reservations, as they can bring quite a lot of complexity into the solution. Any kind of assembly, since delivered is aimed as distributors primarily. Also the item planning and requisition is excluded because that usually takes quite some time to fine tune. Only FIFO standard and average costing methods are supported. So the assumption is that the specific costing method is usually used in manufacturing. Okay, we also have a few conditions to see that delivered is right for you. So as mentioned, we assume that there will be one trading company and only one UK database, and we also support one managed warehouse. It's ideal for the companies where you have one managed warehouse and up to 5 third-party or transit locations. We do deliver the full project remotely. However, all the configuration sessions, data migration sessions, training, it's all with real people, and they're not pre-recorded sessions or anything like that. There is, and this is important, there is no requirement gathering and bespoke development. This includes third-party interfaces or developing document layouts such as sales invoice. For the documents, you will be able to amend these using Microsoft Word merge fields functionality. So you will be able to change them yourself. And we also make an assumption that reporting will be handled either by standard BC reports or the extended reporting pack jet reports. Get in touch if you have any doubts about what is or what is not included, and we will find the best way forward for you. Now we'll have a look at the implementation process. The 3 main components of each ERP implementation process are data migration, training, and user acceptance testing. They are key to the project success. So we distilled our experience and knowledge into the delivered implementation, and the aim is to give you the right tools and knowledge so we can get the most. So you can get the most from your new solution. In our experience, data migration and user acceptance testing are often underestimated, and they are very time-consuming. So we included guides and templates into our onboarding course that is launched before project kickoff, before the project starts, so you can get prepared. We put a lot of emphasis on user training. It represents about 1/4 of the project schedule and is delivered via remote sessions by our dedicated training team. The training sessions are supported by our online courses, which are self-paced and include videos, quizzes, and other material which you can download, share with your colleagues. We also provide extended go-live support to help you to get used to your new system. I want to go through the implementation process step by step, so you're aware of what's happening from the off. This slide shows an ideal timeline. The actual project plan may differ slightly depending on the availability of your team, if there's high season or holidays or any other factors. Once we sign a contract, we will welcome you and launch the onboarding course, which I have mentioned, to prepare you for the upcoming implementation. In the background, we will build your new Business Central environment. And right after kickoff, we will go through Business Central so that your users get familiar with how the Business Central looks like and how the business processes flow in the system. In month 2, we will start with importing your sample data, which means we will get 5 customers, suppliers, and items that will cover most of your business scenarios. And we will start key user training using your sample data. After each training module, there will be a review session with a consultant to address any outstanding questions or discuss any configuration options there might be. Once key users are trained, they can in turn train any remaining end users. And by the end of month 3, we will also focus on importing your full data set to Business Central. We will open month 4 by a session in which you will show us how you intend to use the system, and we confirm your understanding of the functionality following the key user training. We will support you during the 2 weeks of the user acceptance testing, and by the end of month 4, we will focus on final data migration, including opening balances and system cutover. Once you are live, we will support you for the first 2 weeks and then again during your first month end. And once all this is completed, we will hand you over to our support desk and to a dedicated account manager, and we will close the project. And now it's time to see delivered in practice. We have prepared a pre-recording of a demonstration to show you the functionality you can get with your delivered solution almost anywhere or on any device. When you log in, you will be presented with a homepage. The homepage changes depending on your role. I'm using Role Center Business Manager, as you can see in my settings. But there's a list of standard role centers you can choose from, so your team always get the information they need to do their job efficiently. The homepage has menus at the top, queues, which show you information about your business, and insights that are visual representation of your data. Let's look at queues in a bit more detail. Queues give you a summary number of, for example, open orders or partially processed orders. And when I click into that number, I can see the list of the orders it is made of. By clicking on the individual order number, I can drill down and see the details of each order. You can share any list from Business Central to Excel or Teams to someone who does not have access to Business Central. The queues vary depending on your role center. So again, everyone gets the summary information they need right from the off. In the next step, I will show you how easy it is to create your own view of a customer list. I will open a list of customers. I will start the personalization mode. And using this, I can remove fields, such as location code, or I can add field, such as credit limit, just by dragging the field where I want it to show. I can also use sorting option. So for example, I can sort by balance due, showing customer account which owes us the most money. And I can use filters. By filtering to only accounts which are overdue, I can create filter of overdue accounts, And because I want to check this on a regular basis, I can also save it. Next time I go to the customer list, I don't have to filter for overdue accounts, but I can simply click on my saved filter. When you're going down the customer list, you may notice that the information in the panel on the right-hand side are changing. You can see the number of posted sales invoices or ongoing sales orders, and you can also see the balance. I can drill down to this information to, for example, check which invoices are making this balance. I will now go back to the home page. And as you can see, the home page gives you access to most of the information you may be using on a daily basis, depending on your role. But let's say that you'd like to set up, which you do not open on a daily basis, such as general ledger setup to close a period at the month end to prevent users posting to closed period. To do that, you can use Tell Me search function. And this gives you access to any page, report, or setup in the system. And I can select from the options. I can also bookmark this page if I want to, and that will add it to my home page. When you start using Business Central, the one feature you may find particularly useful is the online help. There are several ways of how to learn about your new system on the go. For example, when you hover over a certain field, such as when I go to the item list and base unit of measure field, I can read the brief description of what it does. And I can also click on the Learn More link, which will open the help pane. And from there, I can access links to Microsoft Learn site, which will guide me through the functionality. I hope this gave you a quick overview of how Business Central looks. And next, we will walk you through the Business Central capabilities included in the delivered package. In today's demonstration, we will go through a scenario when the RetroStop company that sells puzzles and games receives a customer order, which we will fulfill by placing an order with one of our suppliers. We will then show what it would look like in the warehouse when we receive the stock and prepare it for a dispatch. As part of this process, we use WMS Devices Extra Pack. In today's world, the orders are typically created electronically. So before I open Business Central, I'd like to mention the different sales channels that you can integrate to your delivered solution, such as Shopify, which is an out-of-the-box Microsoft connector to Business Central, EDI, which allows you to create sales orders automatically in Business Central without manual intervention. And this slide gives you a flavor of the EDI partners we've worked with, so you can be confident that we understand EDI and what's required to deliver a seamless service. Or by email. If you're using Outlook, you can install Business Central add-in to your mailbox to see customer insights and create documents directly from the incoming emails. You can add Shopify and EDI solutions as part of our extra packs. So now we will move to Business Central. When the orders come via EDI, Shopify, or have been created via Outlook, they are already showing in your order list. So you can just review what has been ordered and check if you have sufficient stock. In our scenario, we have received this sales order via a phone, so I will create a new document manually. You can see that even the manual process takes only a couple of moments. We have received an order from our customer, the game shop, and they have ordered cat puzzle, 50 pieces. At this point, the system retrieves your price list and applies any discounts you may have agreed with your customer. You can also see item availability directly from the sales line. You can see available inventory And when we click into the item availability, we can review what sales orders have been already placed. Since we do not have enough stock to fulfill all sales orders, I will place a purchase order with one of our suppliers. Once I am happy with the sales order, I can release it, and that will prevent other users from accidentally changing it. When I press release, however, the system shows me that the order has been credit held, and that's due to the fact that the customer has overdue balance and is over their credit limit. This message is showing thanks to our Clever Credit app, which is part of the productivity pack. In this scenario, I am also a credit controller, and I have spoken to the customer, and they have given me a promised payment date. They tend to fulfill their promises, so I'm going to release their order. Next, I will generate a warehouse shipment so that it appears in the list of dispatches waiting to be fulfilled by the warehouse. Next, I will place a purchase order with one of our suppliers. And these are Shanghai exporters. And I have agreed with them that when I buy in bulk, I receive a discount. So I am going to order 200 pieces instead of 50 I need just right now. You can see the line discount has been automatically applied. Now I can release the order. I could also email it to the supplier using app in our productivity pack, Clever Document Delivery. And if I need to calculate import fees or duty, I could also use our extra pack landed costs, which would automatically record an accrual on receipt. Once the purchase order is confirmed, I will generate warehouse receipt so that the warehouse is aware of the incoming order. The warehouse could now process the order using just Business Central, but we would like to show you another option that will result in quicker picking, fewer errors, and better service for your customers. Now let's go to the warehouse and show you the process using our WMS device solution, which can be purchased as part of our extra packs.
For all intents and purposes, I'm a warehouse worker ready to process this order through the warehouse. Here I have a scanning device which comes as another extra pack in your delivered solution for Business Central that is barcode scanning. It makes it so much easier for your staff in the warehouse by making the whole process more accurate and streamlined. It runs on cost-effective Android devices. You can easily connect to it by downloading Clever WMS from Microsoft's App Source, like our other Clever products. The setup is very easy. With handhelds, your warehouse workers don't have to carry around any pieces of paper and end up losing them, which can result in lost or unfulfilled customer orders. All the information they need is on the device. What's also great is that it's all real-time data you can trust, because what's in your warehouse is immediately reflected in Business Central. I'm going to show you one way that you can process an order through a warehouse, but we appreciate that your processes may be different. All expected receipts will be showing on our handheld. Once the lorry with our order has arrived, the first step is to process the receipt. We will scan receipt, scan receipt number, scan item number, type in quantity to receive, which is 200. When we post the receipt, the inventory in BC is automatically updated. Because we are using putaways, we now have to move the stock from the receiving bay to the dedicated bin, so we make space for other orders coming in today. To put stock away, I will scan item number, type in quantity that I'm moving, which is number 200, scan bin, and put the item in the bin location. To simplify the process of handling multiple items at a time, you can use our extension called Clever Containers. Clever Containers allows you to move individual items on a pallet in bulk. For example, you can instantly put away or move a collection of items in a container. Scan the container number and then enter where you have put it. It's that simple. So speak to us if that's something you would need in your delivered solution. Getting back to our warehouse scanning demonstration, now that we have the puzzle in the right place in our warehouse, we can review what is ready to be shipped today. In the next step, we'll prepare our customer's order for dispatch. If you are using warehouse picks, you will record the picking instructions to move the items from its bin location to the goods out area. So we'll start picking by scan pick number, scan item number, scan bin, type in quantity, which is sales amount. Now I have registered the pick and moved the stock from its bin location to a dispatch bay. Again, this will be mirrored immediately in BC. Once we have all orders ready in a dispatch area, we can load them on the van and ship them. This can be done by scan shipment number and we post the shipment. Now the order has been shipped, inventory in Business Central is automatically updated. We'll now hand over to Business Central to invoice the order.
So now the shipment has been posted, we can process the sales invoice, and I can show you an example of the document that will be emailed to a customer. I will invoice from sales order. So I'll find my sales order and process the invoice. And when invoice is posted, Clever Document Delivery can automatically email the invoice in the background. I will now show you my mailbox to show you how the outgoing email can look like. This is a sample invoice. You will be able to change the design using Word layout. I'm now back in Business Central, and this was just one way how you can manage your invoicing process. You can also post the invoices automatically on shipment, consolidate shipments into one invoice, or post invoices in bulk. You can also control how the invoices are emailed out, and instead of emailing them instantly upon posting, they can be, for example, emailed in a batch out of hours using job queue. As promised, our customer has sent us payment, so we will now process customer receipt. And I will do that by using my home page, payments, and register customer payments. I will find my invoice for the game shop, and I will tick that the payment has been made. You can also do this in bulk if you wish to. I will post the payment, which will register the receipt in the system. In the meantime, we have also received the purchase invoice from our supplier, so I will create a new purchase invoice against Shanghai Exporters. And I will find receipt we have just processed. I will use Get Receipt Lines, select my receipt. And because I'm trading with this supplier in US dollars, I can change my exchange rate if I need to. Type in invoice number I've been provided. And I can process the invoice. Once the purchase invoice has been registered, I also need to pay the supplier. Depending on how you manage your payments, you could do a payment run at the end of the week and export the payments to a BACS file, which is covered in the Techman banking app, and that comes with the delivered solution. However, because this payment is in US dollars, I will pay it manually as one-off. And to do that, I will again go to the payments and create vendor payment. Here, I will select invoice I just registered, create payment, select bank account I want to pay from, and the system will suggest payment journal line for me. I will register the payment, which means the purchase invoice is now closed. The last delivered feature I would like to show you is our extended reporting package, which includes chat reports. Business Central offers a range of out-of-the-box reports, but depending on the size and complexity of your business, they may not fulfill all your reporting requirements. Every company is slightly different, and Chat gives you an ability to build your own reports using Excel. It connects directly to Business Central tables, and you can build your own visuals using standard Excel features. We will give you training in report building and provide you with sample reports to help you get started. This has brought our end-to-end scenario to a close. I hope it gave you a good insight into the Business Central capabilities available with the Delivered for Distribution solution. So back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Veronica. Yeah, so how much does it cost? This is shows a slide of the costs of the standard implementation. The retro stop is an example, a monthly license and support cost, 10 Dynamics Business Central users. It integrated EDI, as we've spoken about earlier, one of our Clever Dynamics apps. Integrated warehouse scanning, cloud monitoring, and the Clever Essentials package, which includes the credit control, document delivery, document links, functionality as well. And the whole implementation is 40,000. And the extras, the integrated EDI, the integrated warehouse scanning, and the Shopify connection. So ongoing support. We will help you to grow your solution alongside your business, as we've alluded to. Originally, we said it can be used as a first phase, and you can. It is Business Central, and functionality can be exploited at later dates. So we will help to grow the solution as your business grows. We organise for all customers. We organise workshops and events, and have a published podcast, videos, and sort of newsletters and other material to help you guys get the most from the investment. You'll also have access to our break fix support, that's included. So in the, I suppose, in a likely event where something unexpected happens, you can get in touch through the phone or log on to our support portal. We also, as suggested earlier, we've gone through it, provides the cloud control support service to help schedule those system updates. It's the frequencies every 6 months to coordinate to the needs of your business and ensure it's timely and applied as smoothly as possible. Okay, if that all sounded great to you, but you think you want to start with something smaller or with a lower budget first, we have another delivered solution that is suitable for companies who prefer to start with the absolute basics, really. The financial management component, Business Central, but it's a system, again, will support your growth, that you can again exploit functionality at a later date if desired. Financials contains general ledger, cash management, accounts payable and receivable, and we're also including our Clever Essentials apps, export or enhanced document layouts. Financials can be implemented in 2 months, and that pricing starts at 14,000, and you can select any of the listed extra packs. Your own chart of accounts, purchase order processing, or expense management. Okay, and with that, I'll hand over back to Veronica.
Thank you. So to wrap up, Delivered can be a great way to start with Business Central. It is a very good product for businesses which are growing and constantly are reviewing their processes. So you can look at Delivered as either a solution that fully satisfies your needs, at least for now, or as a start of your journey, growing from financials or distribution and adding all the other functionality that you may need and that is already included in the product. So if you decide to add any of the other features later on, we can help you with the implementation, as we have a wealth of experience in distribution and manufacturing. On our next slide is a visualization of the implementation approaches in terms of price and complexity on one side and flexibility and functionality on the other axis. As complexity increases, the price goes up as well. So on the far right side of the slide is our traditional approach, which also offers the most flexibility, but not always necessarily more functionality, because in general, we try to keep the system as close to standard as possible. Delivered financials on the opposite side, it has a very limited scope, and delivered distribution is in between, as it offers more functionality, but still for a low price. The arrows signify that once you are live with your delivered solution, you can move on to our traditional implementation approach and work with our delivery team on design of the new functionality to enhance your new system. When we were looking at the pricing for Delivered, we ran the same functionality, which is in the package, through our budget estimator, which we use on our traditional implementation approach. And as you can see, you can get to the same scope for half the price. This is because we took out all the workshops where we ask you how your current processes works, then the write-ups of these workshops, the back and forth communication, etc. With Delivered, we've removed all these steps. And as we discussed earlier, we in essence give you a training and help you adapt the best practices as they are designed in standard Business Central. The difference in price is therefore due to the approach to how we implement the product, rather than due to a scope. It's important to review if Delivered is a good fit for your business, of course, but as you can see, it's a great way to get up and running on Business Central very efficiently, quickly, and without the risk which comes with the standard implementation. So I think that's all from me. So back to you, Brian.
So this link will go to the inquiry form. You guys need to book a discovery session with one of us to explore which delivered solution, or indeed, if you require maybe a full consultancy approach, is the best for your business. We're happy to sort of engage and answer questions one-to-one. And thank you for jumping on the session. As I said, this will be sent out to everyone who registered. So please view that. Also, if there are any questions you may have, the floor is open. So Alex, if you I don't know whether you found that of value, if there's anything that immediately pops up, or you want to maybe confer with the team and get back to us.
I did have a question, if that's okay, actually.
Yeah,
Brian,
sure.
thank you. What's the situation with integration with courier systems? So obviously we ship our goods with UPS, FedEx, DHL, that sort of thing. When you're creating a shipment, can you do that from within the system, or would we still need to do that as a separate entity?
So it doesn't come as a standard from Business Central. However, it can be done either as phase 2, or it's up to a discussion really, like how complex the solution would be. We also have Clever Shipping Agent integration app.
Yeah, Clever Shipping Agent. Yes.
So we could look into that. So there are options we could discuss which would be fitting for you.
I'll drop you some details, Alex, of the Clever Shipping Agent products. We've got some videos and material around it, and I'll push that through to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have a question, if that's okay.
Yep.
Yep. For the extra packs, I know that they've got all the prices there, which is great, how much they cost, but I'm just making the assumption they also have fixed times as well against them in terms of implementation for those packs.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. So yeah, I'm just trying to think of one of the extra packs, like the EDI. It's got a price, but does it also have like a fixed implementation time against it, like 5 days or something? Or is it up to discussion as well?
It depends on the combination of the apps. If we add devices, then I would say it will probably take 1 month more just to get everything organized, everyone trained. There probably will be more users. If it's just EDI, we might be able to build it within the standard implementation timeline. So it really depends on the combination of the apps which are chosen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Thanks, Veronica.
Welcome.
Okay. Nothing else. If nothing else, we'll close it here. But thanks again very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.